I posted a video earlier today which showed this EC10 here, and this is my original EC10 from 1972, and as you can see it's been much modified. This thing's got all sorts of features on it that a regular EC10 doesn't have. I retained the audio filter, I retained the BFO. I moved the dial light button to make it latchable, because it's a mains power supply, so it's on all the time. It's latched in, and I made the instantaneous button, the momentary button, into a calibration. There's a crystal calibrator in here, so there's the calibration function on it. It's also got an FM detector in here, so you've got FM mode and narrowband FM mode, phase detector, and a little LED comes on the panel. It's in one of those modes. And then at the bottom here it's AM, CW and sideband. It's actually working. I was really surprised it actually works, but it does actually work. It's only got a few feet of wire and an antenna, and it's sort of working. Not great, but it's picking up one or two stations.
Subscribe crave.ca. CFAX 1070 has your chance to win tickets to see Pacific FC. Fast mornings without therapy.
And when it's on FM, it's also got a squelch control. You can see it works on AM. No, it only works on FM. Yeah, a little squelch control, and it's got a Q multiplier circuit in here. You can switch the Q multiplier in, and then LED comes on to show that Q multiplier's on, and you can set it to either a peak or a null. And little S meters work in there as well. Amazing. The original EC10 doesn't have an S meter in. This one does. The Mark II has an S meter. This is anyway. I'm not sure if the Q multiplier still works or not.
I'll be honest. When you took a close look at your window,
it's obviously on the peak. And null should be able to. You should be able to null the signal out, or most of it. You can. There you go. It's nulling it. Peak it. So you can peak it and null it. And the depth of the notch is adjustable too. So it's actually still there. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. This is still working. What else have we got here? Oh, the AGC, I modified that. So you can switch it off, you can switch it on. And you can modify the time constant, fast and slow. And there's a fine tuning control as well, which I think is a varicap diode, if I recall correctly. Anyway, there's an article on this set on the Eddystone user group website if you're interested as to what work was done on this radio back in the day. Q multiplier doesn't work that well on a really strong signal, of course. It's meant for a weaker signal.
Furniture and accessories. In your home or office.
I'm just surprised it's working. Really am. There's so many things onto this set. I felt really guilty about it when I got back into radios in the early 2000s, and that's why I eventually restored an EC10. That's what this one used to look like when I bought it. I paid £40 for this in 1972. But I guess, it's been all over the world with me. It's spent a year in the Falkland Islands in the 1980s, and it's now sitting in Victoria, Canada. I bought it in Carlisle, Cumbria, when I was still at school. So there you go, my much modified EC10, still working after all these years.